Well, we had a lot of rain this week, so one of the things we were able to do was assemble some compost. Here's our composting area currently, and what we do here to make sure we get hot piles that actually break down quicker, make better, faster compost, is we assemble piles of green and we assemble piles of brown, and we don't put them in the compost mesh until we're ready to build a complete pile. You can see here on this particular one that was filled to the top, I want to say 3 days ago. It's already collapsed this much in 3 days. That means it's a pretty fresh pile. And you can see right here with our handy little compost thermometer that this pile is currently over 140 degrees, which means that it's composting really actively. If you go over to this pile here, you'll see the temperature drop rapidly right in front of our faces here to still going down. Went from over 140 down to it's approaching 80, which means that this pile here is a little further along. You can tell from the way that this pile has not dropped much more than 5 inches as compared to this pile over here, which has dropped over a foot in the same amount of time. That this pile here is a young pile with a lot of active decomposition going on. This pile here is probably going to be the next one that's ready to go. Yeah, here looks like the temperature stopped around 80 degrees. All of these piles now, we won't add any new material to them. All that we'll do is disassemble the wires and then flip the piles. And when you flip the piles and rebuild them, you want to make sure that you water them as you go. Water is really important. You want to make sure that the consistency of your pile is like that of a wrung out sponge if you want to get the maximum decomposition. So find an area that's big enough to assemble your green material, your brown material, and don't put them in there until you get enough to build a full pile. If you do that, you're going to make your compost fast, and then you just got to run it through the sifter and apply it to your plants. That's our little compost tip for the day. And you really want to get one of these if you're serious about composting. Get one of these compost thermometers. It's got a stick on it that's probably 18 inches long, and you're not going to know what your piles are doing unless you have one of these. Pick one up. It's guaranteed to make better compost. Tip for the day.